an eye-opening session for some of you. And for some of you, this is also going to be life-changing, right? In spite of your, the success you had, and stepping into the world of Lean and Six Sigma will definitely bring you more and more success. All right, I think again my screen is visible, and I'm good with the audio also. All right, so this is a webinar of 2 hours duration on cost of quality and Lean Six Sigma. All of you who attend the program, throughout, if you stay throughout the session, you all will be getting a participation certificate from us. By about 8:30 or 8:40, you will get a link where you just have to feed your basic details. You just have to open the link, feed your basic details, and then you will get your certificate of participation. And those of you who understand the potential the Lean Six Sigma has got, right? And those of you who understand that Lean Six Sigma is certification is for them, and Lean Six Sigma implementation can help your organization, you can kickstart your learning journey, and so you will also get another opportunity to get certification with the Six Sigma belt level, starting from white belt up to the master black belt. We have program, and all our program comes with Government of India certification. And today, right, if you stay throughout the webinar, you will not only get the participation certificate, you will also get a chance to grab the white belt certification, right? So you will officially be a certified Six Sigma white belt. So one program and dual benefit, and over and above, you will also get the recordings of the today's session, and also you will also get a chance to have a one-on-one consultation with me about kickstarting your LSS career journey, learning journey. So if you are interested in getting the recordings of the session, and my YouTube channel link will also be posted, please see to that you subscribe to the channel so that you will also get a recording of the today's session. All right, so this is what we have planned for all of you, and today you will be learning the topics like concept of operational excellence, and then the basics about the quality, Toyota production system, Lean and Six Sigma, right? We will start everything from the scratch, and then see to that all of you are motivated to practice the principles and philosophies behind the Lean and Six Sigma. And because there are big companies who benefited by following the Six Sigma principles and philosophy, and so you can also be benefited with the known success philosophies. And then Six Sigma prescribes a methodology called Dmac Methodology, right? So what is this Dmac methodology? Why is it really helpful? And if generally people ask me, I always say Six Sigma's Dmac methodology is a mere project execution methodology. You can be a very good project manager, right? You can be a very good project manager if you implement every project using this methodology. So Six Sigma Dmac is merely a project execution methodology, but it is very systematic, and it will never fail to produce the results for you. So a single course can build multiple skills within you. It's not only project management, but also the problem solving, decision making, team management, communication management, and all the skills that are required to transform you into a leader, right, is built inside the program. And slowly and steadily you will unveil the potential the Lean Six Sigma principles and philosophies has got. So for anyone, Six Sigma is a project execution methodology. Suppose if some of you are into research, then for you Six Sigma is a research methodology. Suppose if you are a manager, if you are already a leader, part of the middle management, part of the top management, then for you Six Sigma is an improvement methodology, right? You can use it to improve anything that you want to improve, right? Whatever be your business KPI it is, right? It could be your market share, it could be your share price, it could be your customer retention rate, or it could be anything that you want to improve. So Six Sigma is applicable to all professionals at all level, starting from the entry level executive till the CXO level position, all of you must know the Six Sigma principles, philosophies, the methodology, the tools and techniques, and thereby you can achieve this, the highest level of success you deserve at the youngest age. That is very important. There is no point of retiring from the company as a CEO. You must see yourself in the CXO position in the next 3 years, and that's where the real challenge lies. And so if you attend throughout the webinar, you will also gain an absolute clarity on the roadmap to excellence. And it can be the roadmap for your career excellence, or it can be the roadmap for your organizational excellence. Suppose if you are an entrepreneur, yes, you can. Even if you are a startup, you can actually take these learnings and to help your company progress towards excellence. And then these 4 sections are planned for the webinar. In my opinion, if you understand all these 4 important sections, you can be certified as a white belt. But we always wanted to be better, right? We want our students also, alumni also, to be distinctly better than the students who are coming from other sources. So in order to keep the standards high, we have created one more module, which is helping you to understand the exact meaning of Six Sigma. What is Six Sigma and what is Sigma in it? Why there is a 6 in front of it? What is exactly the meaning of it? How it is going to make a difference to your customer? How it is going to make a difference to your organization? You will gain an absolute clarity. And how to, if you really wanted to get access to this content also, stay throughout the webinar. And then I will also give you a way to get free access to the second module. And then you will also get an additional certification. So 1 program and dual certification. This is what the plan is. All right. So by the way, this is Dr. Gopal Sivakumar. I hold a doctorate degree in mechanical engineering. I have about 18 plus years of experience. And particularly, I have trained near about 3,000 plus professionals on all levels of Six Sigma body of knowledge, starting from white belt until the master black belt. And my experience in helping people learn Lean and Six Sigma tools and techniques alone is running in the order of 6,600 plus hours. I've helped hundreds of clients and implement Dmac projects and successfully, and then achieved excellent savings. And I have also authored books in the field of mechanical engineering, statistics, and mathematics. So this is a brief about me. So generally people think that Six Sigma is statistics oriented, and so it is difficult. Generally people think that Six Sigma is not for the company you are currently working. Six Sigma is applicable only for the OEM and MNCs. Definitely these myths are definitely wrong. And all of you can learn Six Sigma irrespective of your current level of exposure, to the Six Sigma and statistics. Whatever level you are, you can comfortably learn from me. And today you might have signed in for the program just by seeing the link somewhere. But you have done a very good thing by being inside the part of this webinar. If you have signed up using a mobile phone or tab or laptop, everything is absolutely okay. You can comfortably learn from me. I'll see to that you understand everything I explain slide by slide, right? So you all can learn everything from the core, and our learning is going to be very interactive, right? And though it is the first level webinar, we wanted to make sure it is very interactive so that it is a win-win for all of us. So when I am explaining, please do listen to me very carefully, and you must listen to me to the tune of learning from me. So listen to me very carefully so that you actually learn from me from every single slide I use, and then you can also raise your queries by using the chat option. You are given the opportunity to post your comments in the chat. Don't wait for me to complete. As and when you have a doubt is rising, immediately put it in the chat box, and somehow I will answer your question either in between or towards the end of the webinar. And also in between the slides, I will also be asking questions. And please do participate in all my interaction opportunities by responding. Whenever I'll post a question, please share your answers in the chat box. And moreover, those of you who stay throughout, you have some surprise bonuses which will be announced towards the end of the webinar. And hope all of you are ready to kickstart your learning journey in the field of Six Sigma. So I need a big yes from all of you so that I can actually proceed with your, take you through your learning. Please type yes in the chat box so that we can proceed. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So really awesome participants. I could see a lot of yes. All right. So these are the topics I have already mentioned. The number one, understanding operational excellence, right? Because if we really do not know the meaning of operational excellence, then knowing the meaning of quality, knowing the meaning of Lean and Six Sigma will have no meaning, right? So first thing to understand is understand operational excellence. And then number two, we will understand the philosophies and principles behind organizational success. Big companies like Toyota, big companies like Motorola, how they have overcome their quality challenges, their productivity challenges, their cost challenges, and how they have made, the billion-dollar savings exclusively using the Lean and Six Sigma initiatives. We are going to understand. In the process, we will thoroughly understand what is TPS, Toyota Production System, right? And then Lean, and then Six Sigma. And we will thoroughly discuss. And I will also familiarize all of you with the various tools and techniques which all these philosophies, the systems used, like Toyota, TPS has a lot of tools and techniques. And similarly, Lean and Six Sigma has a lot of tools and techniques. Some of them are quality control tools. Some of them are problem-solving tools. Some of them are decision-making tools. Some of them are project management, team management, communication management. How all these tools are beautifully integrated so that you handle a project, you drive a project like a pro, and then always make sure your project produces the results for your organization, right? And then, and towards the end, the roadmap for excellence, your organization, where it is currently, and where your organization should actually learn, and then what will be the approaches needed for your organization to move from the current level to the organizational excellence. So this will be the flow. So the first point, operational excellence. There are about let's say 25 people right now listening to me. Let me imagine each one of you represent one company. All of you, please assume yourself or imagine yourself as an entrepreneur. You are the owner of the company, right? Now there are 25 companies in the race. The market competition is between 25 companies. And now please choose a number from 1 to 25. If you choose 1, your goal is you want to see your company as number 1 in the market. If you choose the number 2, that means you want your company to be in the number 2 position in the market. If you choose 25, that means you want your company to be the last in the row. Now, having said that, please do type the number you want to see your company, whether it is 1 is good for you or 25 is good for you or any number that you like. Please, all of you type your answers, right? It's very important that each one of you participate here. I could see all of you typing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All of you, please participate, right? You just have to share a number with me. And I could see one participant saying number 2. I think number 1, since it is taken by many others, so he decided to go for 2. All right. So see here, there is a tendency, by each one of you to become number 1, right? And if all of you in an organization, if everyone in the organization want to make your organization become number 1 in the market, then the drive is called operational excellence. Because operational excellence is trying to become number 1. If you actually become number 1, then you can probably lift your collar and say you are operationally excellent, right? Operationally excellent means you are able to perform better than your competitors, at least 1% better than your competitors, right? So aiming for excellence, that's called aiming for excellence. And that means, you are trying to do things right at the first time. if you don't do any failures, any mistakes, and no errors, no wastages, no risk, obviously, no, customers will start loving the way you are running the business, will start loving, using your products and services, and that will help your organization, improvise on the market share. And gradually, what will happen? Your market share will improve, and then eventually that will make your organization number one. So operational excellence is a systematic approach for industrial organizations to attain best in class performance. All of you wanted to become number one, but who will become number one? Who actually give the best in class performance in terms of product quality, in terms of productivity, in terms of delivery, in terms of cost, in terms of revenue, in terms of profit, in all the aspect. Your organization should be at least 1% better than your competitors. If you can make it happen, then you are operationally excellent. And operational excellence is not a one-man show. See, you alone cannot make the organization perform operationally excellent. Everyone in the organization should be involved. If there are 1,000 employees in the company, all 1,000 should be involved in the drive towards excellence. Now tell me, if you are the person in charge of, making your company improve the market share and eventually become number one, how will you ensure everyone is aligned towards your operational excellence goals, right? And in order to make sure everyone aligns with you, you will create strategies. You will create strategies. You will only support initiatives which are perfectly aligning with the strategies. Because only when the strategy is deployed properly, your organization will become operationally excellent in the next 3 to 5 years. I hope all of you will agree with my statement. Becoming operationally excellent is not going to happen in overnight. Everyone in the organization should consistently put effort, should work on the initiatives created by you at least for next 3 to 5 years. Only if everybody is aligned, with a particular goal for at least for the 3 to 5 years, then only we call it a strategy. If people are, aligning with you or aligning with the strategy just for 3 months, and then after 3 months they change the strategy, please understand that is not at all a strategy. Strategy means something which can be achieved only over a period of 3 to 5 years. It could be anything. It could be a pricing strategy. It could be your customer satisfaction, or it could be taking the technological advantage, be it anything. But the moment you say, yes, this is our company strategy, then everyone in the company should be aligned towards it. At least for the next 3 to 5 years, there should not be any, stepping back. And if you keep on changing the strategy, please understand what you are changing is not the strategy. What you are changing is now called the tactics, right? Tactics means a short-term goal. Short-term goal means, again, that even the correct word is annual goal. Annual goal. So what you can achieve within a period of, let's say, 1 year is called a tactical goal. And you can have annual goals, but you must have strategic goals. If you do not have strategic goals, only have annual goals, it is simply, the noise before the battle begins. As soon as the battle begins, you will lose. Make sure any organization, irrespective of the size, you have a strategy. Based on the strategy, you create annual goals. These annual goals are called tactical goals. If continuously the annual goals are achieved for 3 years, strategic goal will get achieved. Your strategy is to double your market share. That's all. You're not worried about anything else. Your strategy is to double your market share. Today, your market share is just 20%. And one of few of your competitors are about 20%. Now you wanted to see to that your market share is 42% and above. All that is required, any initiative that can impact the market share, you are trying to do, you are penetrating, well into the market, and you are coming out with a lot of delight features in your product, and all that you are doing, please do it, because all of them are, in alignment with the strategic goal. And for that, you have created the annual goal. And now annual goals, how an organization will achieve. An annual goal will be possible only if the, the quarterly goals are achieved. So annual goal, the quarterly goals are derived from the annual goals. How the tactical goals are derived from the strategic goals, now the quarterly goals are derived from the tactical goals or the annual goals. These quarterly goals are nothing but the operational goals. These quarterly goals are nothing but the operational goals. Improving the CPCPK and achieving the PPM of, let's say, 0 PPM in important processes, and reducing the risk, the risk priority number below 100. And there are many projects you are doing. Each and every project will consume 2 to 3 months. All of them will contribute to your quarterly goals. If your quarterly goals are achieved continuously 4 quarters, what will happen to the annual goals? Yes, the annual goals will get achieved. If continuously 3 years, the annual goals are achieved, what will happen to the strategic goals? Strategic goals will get achieved. If the strategic goals gets achieved, the beauty is organization's bigger goal will get achieved. This is called goal alignment. Now tell me, who is going to take care of this in your organization? It is generally done by a committee. We call it quality council, right? And this quality council, the key person in the quality council will be a certified Six Sigma Master Black Belt. If you are one such a person, your role, your designation, your compensation, everything will be way beyond your imagination. You are the one developing the KPIs for the whole organization. What is the KPI your organization should improve for the next 3 years? What is the KPI every department should improve for the next 1 year? What is the KPI that every manager should improve for the next 3 months? Who is developing? A Master Black Belt is developing. He is the key person in the quality council. Council is a group of people who ensure your organization is driven in the very correct direction. Otherwise, what will happen? You will go in a zigzag manner, and before you reach the destination, your competitors should have crossed the point and they will be miles ahead of you, right? So operational excellence is a systematic approach where the organization's resource is synergized. Resources are synergized towards attaining a single goal. Right from the security until the CEO, everyone is working for the strategic goals. And that is ensured with the help of the key performance indicators. And the key performance indicators are generally developed by the Master Black Belts. Whether you call him as a Master Black Belt or not, there will be one such person. He will develop those KPIs. If that person, if it happens to be a Master Black Belt, he will be generally 1 out of the 1,000, and who will be, definitely having the highest level of recognition and the highest level of package. And each one of you stand a very good chance to become one such person, not at the age of retirement, but 3 years from now. How it is? You listen me carefully. With the upcoming slides, you will get to understand. So operational excellence is the execution of the business strategy more consistently and more reliably than the competition. Always keep an eye on the competitor. Otherwise, you can't be in the business. You are studying in a school, let's say school or a college. There are about 50 students who are also studying along with you. Now, it is very important that you secure rank number 1 in the class. It is very important that you learn at least 1% better than the others who are studying along with you. Then only you will be hired with a higher package, isn't it? You should know more than your competitor. The same thing is applicable. This is called organizational learning. This is called organizational learning. How all of us learn as an individual? We all learn from the failure. Organization will also learn from the failure only, because failures are the improvement opportunities. The rejections, customer complaints, warranty claims, not being able to make on-time deliveries, right? And inventory levels are very high. Your cash conversion cycle is very high. All of them are failures. You must learn to visualize the failure. If you don't visualize the failure and don't stop for a while, don't learn from the failures, the same failures will again and again cross in your life. Your organization will face the same failure again and again. And that means, your organization is not progressing. So learning is very important. And what we call it organizational learning, every failure is actually an improvement opportunity. Every improvement opportunity is nothing but a Six Sigma project. You remember, I have already used the word. Six Sigma is an improvement methodology. We improve in a way that the same failure never come again in our life. We fix the problem only once, because our life is very precious, time is very precious, resources are limited in any organization, whatever company you are. Your resources are limited. Can you use it wisely in a way that you fix the problem once, but fix it forever? If the same problem is again coming next month, again coming next quarter, again coming next year, tell me honestly, have you fixed the problem or not? You have not fixed. Then what is that you have done? You have reacted to the symptoms. Instead of working on the root cause, you reacted to the symptoms. You controlled the symptoms, but not the root causes. No, the resources are misused. That will never take you to the path of operational excellence. Fixing the problem at the root level is very, very important, so that failures one by one will be ruled out. All your products will eventually become defect free. All your processes will become failure free. So what is a defect and what is a failure? What is a waste? What is a risk? Everything we are going to gain a crystal clear clarity today. Right? So we'll see that. See here, at the same time, the operational risk involved, same time, the operating cost involved, same time, the revenue you are making, you are improving one side. At the same time, the risk, the cost, the revenue, the profit, everything, your side should be better. If you allow your competitor to make more profit, then he will reinvest the profit and then will kick you out very easily. So it's very important that we stand out in the competition. Always we must continuously improve, and thereby, the performance gap between us and our competitor should gradually reduce, and ultimately we should be on the top, right? This thinking and this kind of drive is called operational excellence. Definitely a set of committed people are required to make sure your organization travels in this direction. Such a set of committed team of people are called Six Sigma belt holders. You can be one such belt holder. In which direction organization should move, that is decided by you. All right. And now let us compare the Lean Six Sigma model or the operational excellence model with the other models. And definitely, I'm sure the operational excellence model is going to be the superior one. You can keep anything on the other side. People are using fancy names nowadays. For everything there is a name, right? But the Lean Six Sigma model is the superior one. And let's compare the Lean Six Sigma model with the traditional business model. In a traditional business model, the belief is quality is expensive. You want a high quality product, yes, we can give you, but you have to pay a high price because the price is controlled by me. The price is controlled by me. I have a quality product. You want to buy from me? Yes, pay me a high price. So the quality product is always expensive when in this kind of mindset. And number two, their idea of maximizing the profit is increasing the price. Product price is 100 rupees. The manufacturing cost is 80 rupees. How much is the profit now? 20 rupees. I want to make more profit. So what will I do? I will increase the price from 100 rupees to 110. Now what happens to my profit? Now my profit is 30 rupees. Earlier it was only 20 rupees. Look at the way the profit is maximized, right? And these are all clear indication that the business model the company is believing is traditional business model, right? Why do they think in this manner? Because they think quality is function of highly skilled resource. You need quality. Yes, we need skilled people. So obviously the cost will be more. Modern technology is required. Modern machineries are required. Yes, all these things, will make the price higher. That means when quality is higher, price will also be higher. If the company is talking like this, that's called a traditional business model. Coming on to the other side, Lean Six Sigma model. Tell me honestly, what is the market trend nowadays? Is that all of you as the manufacturer, service provider, can you fix the price or the customers are fixing the price? Is that the price is decided by the market or the price is decided by the manufacturer or service provider? Please type your answer in the chat box. Who decides the price in most of the cases? Is it the customer or the market decides the price, or is it the manufacturers or service provider? Please type your option. Who decides on the price? I could see all the answers coming. Right. You all wanted to buy, let's say, a laptop. Let's say you want to buy a laptop. You want the laptop performance to be the best. Hope all of you will agree with my point, isn't it? You all want the laptop to be of fast enough, at the same time picture clarity, screen clarity, at the same time the inbuilt memory, everything should be top class. No compromise on the quality. And you are okay with some budget. And within the budget, whoever gives the best specification, you will obviously go there. Which means you are currently controlled by the prevailing market condition. You can't simply keep your price at whatever level you want. It all depends on the kind of segment of market you wanted to attack. You wanted to sell your product. So most of the cases, almost 90% of the situation, the price is decided by the market conditions. If your customer gives the laptop, let's say at 40,000 rupees, and if you are pricing your product at 50,000, do you think the customer will come and buy your product? Obviously no, because as a customer, I need the best quality. I need the fast delivery. At the same time, I want everything at a very competitive price. All right, just because you have quality, you cannot say that customer has to pay this much price. No, maybe if you are if the price can be decided by you, let's say you are a monopoly, let's say you are currently the market leader, then maybe to certain extent, that too, to certain extent you can. But ultimately, in a long run, if you wanted to survive, if you wanted to retain your position, then you need to continuously keep an eye on the market condition, and then accordingly only you need to react. So here, companies believing in operational excellence, believing in Lean Six Sigma, the philosophy is quality is inexpensive. Imagine you get the best quality product at a very competitive price. Tell me who will not like the situation? Who will not like the situation? Product is best. At the same time, very competitive price. Literally, everyone would like to be your customer. Everyone would like to be your customer. This thinking, this philosophy is called operational excellence or Lean Six Sigma philosophy. And here the idea to maximize the profit, we will focus on minimizing the defects. We will focus on minimizing the waste. We will focus on minimizing the risk. You reduce the defect, reduce the waste, reduce the risk. See what happens in your company. So it's very important that we all understand what is a defect. Any non-conformity that is present in the product is a defect. Let's say in my slide, the meaning, the spelling of the quality is typed wrongly. What is it called? It is defect. A non-conformance in the product. You are delivering something to your product and a certain feature is not as per the specification. That's a defect. Let's say, waste. What is waste? Let's say you are doing some work. You are doing a work, but customer, it actually dissatisfies your customer. It dissatisfies your customer. For example, let's say, the item is not arriving on time. You ordered for a laptop, you paid 50,000 rupees, but even after 20 days, the laptop has not delivered at your house. And definitely, you will get irritated to the extent that you will cancel the order. Now, not being able to deliver on time is also a failure. But now this failure is nothing to do with the product. Product quality is fantastic. You are number one, but you are not able to deliver the product faster enough. First case, defect, problem is related with the quality. The second case, the problem is related with the speed. If you are not with the optimum speed, then what you are doing will become a wasteful activity. What you are doing will become a wasteful activity. Suppose if you are not with the optimum speed, which the customer expects you to, deliver. Whatever speed customer expects you to deliver, you should deliver in the same speed. An item, 10 days lead time, then within 10 days you should deliver. This is called takt time. What is this called? Takt time. The speed with which the customer expects you to deliver the product. I mean, produce the product and then deliver. The speed with which the customer expects you to produce a product is called a takt time. The actual speed with which you produce the product is called a cycle time. Whenever the cycle time is more than the takt time, you are not going to achieve on-time delivery. Your deliveries will be late. If the cycle time is lower than the takt time, then you will have a chance to make on-time deliveries. So there is one other type of failure which is associated with the speed of operation. If you are too slow, that is called a waste. That is called a waste. Right? Hope all of you understand the difference between defect and waste. Defect means something, with the specifications. Specifications are not met. That's a defect. And the second one, waste. You are not on time. You are not able to produce in the required speed. There is third one, risk. Imagine you driving a bike. If I ask you, driving a bike, is there a risk associated? Obviously. I'm sure all of you will say yes to my question, right? Driving a bike comes with the risk. Can we live with the risk? Tell me up to what speed you can live with the risk of driving a bike. 40, 50 kilometer, maybe 60 kilometer, you are okay to, drive the bike. If you have to increase the speed to 80, can you live with the speed? I mean, live with the risk now. Suppose if I increase the speed to 100, can you still be comfortable riding the bike? If the bike speed becomes 120, tell me how many of you will reach the destination? Difficult. So if you allow the risk to increase beyond the tolerable level, that itself will become a reason for failure. All of you understand how the failure happens? Failure due to not meeting the specification, the direct quality problem. Failure due to not meeting the speed requirement. Failure due to the risk requirement. Risk also needs to be under control, right? If you take care of all the three, your product quality will be very high. At the same time, price will be very competitive. And so companies who understand quality is not only function of the skilled resource, quality is not only the function of the modern technology and machineries. Quality is also function of your defect rate, your rework rate, the speed of operation. See here, they started using the tools like cycle time, takt time, lead time, throughput time. There are different metrics which will allow you to measure your speed of operation, right? And buffer, nothing but inventory, right? Because all these things ultimately, will slow down your business, and then, there will be lot of waste happening. And similarly, the risk also needs to be mitigated. So in the traditional business model, quality is indirectly proportional to the speed. You want a high quality product, then pay a heavy price, and also you have to wait for 10 days. But coming on to the other side, a high quality product offered at a very competitive price. At the same time, you get the product, you order the product in front of this minute, and next minute your product is delivered. Quality is directly proportional to speed. So these are the main differences. If everyone in an organization is able to understand this principle, quality can be inexpensive. Quality is directly proportional to speed. Quality means lesser defect, lesser wastage, lesser risk. If these three are ensured, your organization is on its way towards becoming operationally excellent. That means nobody can stop your organization from becoming number one in the market. Hope everything is clear with the slide. Cycle time. Cycle time is the rate with which you, or the speed with which you actually manufacture a product. The speed with which you actually manufacture a product. How much time you consume to produce one product. Cycle time. But customer wants you to supply 10,000 units within 10 days. That means every single day you should produce 1,000 units. That means for producing one unit, you can consume only so many minutes. Then only one day you will produce 1,000 units. And the customer expected speed is takt time. T-A-K-T. What is it called? Let me write it for you. Right here, yeah. This is called T-A-K-T. What is this called? Takt time. The speed with which customer expect you to produce. But your actual speed is called cycle time, right? So, all right. Fine. So we move on. And now, cost associated with any form of failure. Cost associated with any form of failure is called cost of poor quality. Cost associated with any form of failure is called cost of poor quality. Please understand, all of you, anything that you are doing in your company, even small work, there is a cost associated. Nothing is free in this world. All of you might think the webinar is free for you. Am I correct? The webinar is free only. But actually you have invested your time. How many of you have realized? You have invested your time. You have decided to spend 2 hours with me, right? And that's how you are, you are actually paying us. Though there is no direct cost involved, but there is an indirect cost. Your time is also money. Any form of resource is money, right? So there is a cost associated. And the cost associated with the failures are called cost of poor quality. Cost associated with your failures are called cost of poor quality. Cost associated with, let's say, learning is a cost of good quality. We need to learn from the failures, and then we need to see to that. The failure doesn't happen again. So for that, we do a lot of prevention activity, lot of appraisal activity. They are called the cost of good quality. But what happens, in spite of your best efforts to prevent a failure, some failure might happen. There will be some rejection percentage. There will be some customer complaints. There will be warranty claims. There is a cost associated. All of them are called cost of poor quality. Cost of poor quality is nothing but cost of failure. Cost of failure can be of two types. One is internal failure. Another one is external failure. Internal failure means failure is detected in-house. External failure means failure is detected by someone outside of your organization. All right. So now I am showing you a slide, and please confirm whether the iceberg is visible or not. Please confirm whether the iceberg is visible to all of you in my slide. Please type visible if if iceberg is visible to you. If it is not visible, you can type invisible. Is that my iceberg is visible to all of you? Yes, visible. All of you, please. Yes, yes. Everyone has confirmed the iceberg is visible. So these are called quality problems. All the visible failures in any organization are nothing but the quality problems. If you account only the quality problems, you will be able to understand that 4 to 5% of your revenue is burnt in the form of cost of poor quality. What are these kind of things? The rejections, the warranty claims, the repair work, the rework, the product recall, like the electric vehicles recently recalled. Isn't it the Samsung mobile? They had a recall. And what do you call? Even the big automotive companies like even Toyota had a recall. Recently, Ford had a recall, right? And all companies. So all of them are quality problems. Quality problems are nothing but visible problems. All these visible problems, generally companies, they account it. But what happens? There will be a lot of invisible problem, right? And now let me ask another question. Earlier I asked you whether the iceberg is visible or not. You all told me visible, visible, visible. Please tell me, confirm me now, whether the complete iceberg is visible or not. If I ask you whether the complete iceberg, full iceberg, is it visible to you? If I ask the same question again now, I will now start getting, no. Same will be the situation. The quality problem organization will be able to visualize, but not the speed related problem, but not the risk related problem. So let me show you the complete iceberg by uncovering the water. Now tell me which portion of the iceberg is bigger, the visible portion or the invisible portion? The invisible portion of the iceberg is bigger in size, which means the speed related problems, speed related failures, risk related failures will be bigger in size. So it's very important that we educate our professionals, we educate our engineers, we educate our managers, leaders, not just on the defect, but also on the waste, but also on the risk. Then only they will be able to visualize all forms of failure. Otherwise, they will never be able to understand the improvement opportunity that exists in front of their table. Enormous improvement opportunity, improvement projects can be floated in any organization, but they are simply ignored just because they don't have the eye to visualize many of the failures. And let me show you some sample of the invisible failure. These are all mostly related to the speed, longer setup time. So what is setup time? The time we consume to make a changeover. I need to change a die, I need to change a machine, I need to change a product, I need to change the order. Every time a change is required, you are losing some time. The Toyota production system principle says that if you consume more than 10 minutes to make a changeover, that should be considered a failure. Every time you consume more than 10 minutes to make a changeover, that should be considered a failure, because all changeover can definitely be made within 10 minutes. They have also recommended a tool for that, which is called SMED, single minute exchange of dies, which means all changeover you can make it happen in less than 10 minutes. Only single digit should be there. Whenever you represent the changeover time in 2 digit, that's a failure. Please tell me how much time the team is consuming or team is taking to change all the 4 tires in a formula race competition. You all might have seen formula race competition, isn't it? After a certain number of laps, they have to change all the 4 tires. How much do you know the recent record? How much time they have consumed to change all the, some man is saying, I could see Manjinder Singh is saying 3 seconds. But the latest record is magical 1.82 seconds. That means if you know how to systematically analyze the situation and then offer a proper solution, definitely you can live all these philosophies and principles, and you can also make your company succeed like Toyota, succeed like Motorola. Maybe nowadays there are many other companies who are doing in fact much more better than Toyota and Motorola, and you can also be one among such company. So these are all the invisible failures I have written here. Most of them are related to the speed, not just related to the quality. Most of them are related to the speed. For example, motion waste, unnecessary movement of people. Unnecessary movement of people is called motion waste. If people are unnecessarily moving, what will happen? Obviously, there will be a delay, right? So likewise, we can understand the funda, the basics behind each and everything, and then we can actually control. If you include the defect related problem as well as the speed related problem as well as the risk related problem, you will be able to realize you are simply burning your 20 to 45% of the revenue. Honestly, tell me, how much is your profit margin? Your profit margin is definitely in single digit. If you actually control the defect, control the waste, control the risk also, I am sure you will be able to even double your profit. That is why Lean Six Sigma is considered a profit maximization approach. It is not only an operational excellence approach, it is also your profit maximization approach. For that, you must properly understand the principles and the methodology and tools and techniques. If you don't respect all these points and probably all these monster, nothing but the defect, waste and risk will eat away all your profit, and then you will be left with nothing. Hope so far everything is clear to each one of you, right? All right. So now let me ask a simple question, just to understand your understanding about the fundamentals again, the quality. There are different cars I am showing in my screen. Please choose the car, or please choose the one which is a quality car. Out of the four, which is a quality car? There are four cars I am showing in my slide. You just go with your option. Whatever you feel like is the quality car, please type. I could see Azir saying BMW and Sai Vamsi saying BMW. All of you please participate. Participation is very, very important, right? And Srimati says Hyundai. And Duru Kumar says BMW. All of you please participate. And I'm seeing a speed problem here, right? All of you should be fast enough, right? And somebody says Swift, Hyundai. Great, great. So I could see different answers. Great. Suman says BMW and Kavya says Hyundai. Vijay says Desire. Very good. Please note, the answer to my question is all the cars are quality cars, which none of you have actually typed it in the chat box. Anyway, all your answers are correct. I'm not saying wrong. All your answers are correct, but we often confuse between quality and luxury. We often confuse between quality and luxury. If I ask you which is a luxurious car, then I can appreciate all the BMWs, isn't it? But the question is, which is a quality car? All the cars are quality car. So what is this? What is the difference here? The difference is customer segment. All the cars are quality cars only. But what is the difference? The difference is customer segment is the difference. BMW, their segment of customer is different. Renault Kwid, the customer segment is different. The Hyundai and Desire, the segment is different. Segment means again, a huge number of people. Customer segment. You are actually attacking such market. In order to attack such market, what you did, you actually studied their requirement. You studied their requirement. People who want to buy a car for 5 to 6 lakhs, what are their requirement? People who want to buy a car for 50 to 60 lakhs, what is their requirement? If the requirements are met, then the product can be considered a quality product. right? So the answer to this particular question is all the cars are quality car. So what is quality? Simply stated, quality comes from meeting your customer expectation. All of you have come with a set of expectation for attending my webinar. If I live up to your expectation, I will say the webinar is world class. All of you agree with me? Because I am able to fulfill my customer. This is the meaning of best in class. You can also call it world class, nothing wrong, because all your customers are happy. How can you make it happen? Point number one, first of all, you must understand your customer requirement. Sometimes the beauty is customer themselves do not know their requirement. Many times with many products, many services. For example, let's say the Six Sigma certification. What is that you should expect from a Six Sigma certification? How many of us clearly know? We just go run behind the certificates. Instead of running behind our requirement, we run behind the certificate. Certificate is just a paper. Then what is the exact requirement? So there are many times customer themselves do not know what is their requirement. So the first job as a manufacturer, the first job as a service provider is you should be highly capable of understanding your customer's requirement. A requirement is considered to be understood only if it is specific in nature, only if it is measurable, right? And this is what we call it specifications, product specification. In Six Sigma, we call it critical to quality, CTQ. We call it critical to quality, CTQ. We learn a tool called CTQ tree, using which you will be able to drill down any vague customer requirement into a specific measurable requirement. That's the first step. Second step. Now the specifications are with you. Now what should you do? You should design a product, design a service. After designing, you will make a prototype. Why prototype? You want to check whether the design is as per the spec or not. The prototype is helping you to compare whether the product specification and customer requirement are matching or not. But what is your goal? Your goal is to prototype? No. Our goal is to mass produce the product. Our goal is to mass offer the service, because we want to reach to a customer segment which is so big. So you must develop processes. The way you produced the prototype may not be the best way of producing the product. So develop processes. Every organization, please underline the word, every organization, simply a collection of n number of processes. So what is a process, and the terminology is related to process. If you make your process capable, if you make your process stable, your customers will get high quality products. So the meaning of stability, the meaning of capability is nothing but the whole courses. So how to measure and improve stability, how to measure and improve capability. Because if my process is capable, obviously the result will be better. If your teaching process is great, all your students will definitely be performing, isn't it? So number 4, so you develop the process, but one more step is there to ensure quality in long term. Why? Because always in a long term, the capability will drop because of the aging, because of the wear and tear, isn't it? There are many, because of the uncontrollable factors, climatic conditions, seasonal variations. Due to all those things, always performance falls down. So to take care of those unusual situations, organization require professionals like each one of you. Organizations require professionals like each one of you. Please understand, your job is not to run a machine, not to clean a machine. You are an engineer, you are a professional, you are a manager, you are a leader. Your job is mainly with the 4th step, manage and control the process. What do we mean by manage and control? Ensure the stability of results. Ensure you improve the results whenever required. You all as a manager, as a professional, you should be extremely good at stabilizing the results or stabilizing the process. And number two, improving the process. Improving means you are improving the capability. Stabilizing means you are bringing statistical control. All right. If you do these 4 steps, be rest assured your product quality is world class. Whatever product, whatever service you are into, right? Now, let us understand process improvement approach. What is a process? Process means a set of activities. Process means set of activities I perform under specified conditions. Thereby, my input is converted into desired form of output. Nothing but your products and services. This is called a process. Now there are two things in parameters a process has got. One is process effectiveness. Another one is process efficiency. Please note, the effectiveness means quality related. If your process is not effective, quality problems will happen. Quality problems will happen. If your process is not efficient, the speed problem will happen. What do you understand? If your process is not effective, all the defect related issue will happen. Let's say you are producing a product and product has got a defect in it. Now, what is this problem related to? Problem is related to process effectiveness. You designed the process very badly. That is why the process has produced a product with the defects in it. So process effectiveness means an effective process will always produce defect-free products, defect-free output. Defect-free output means effectiveness. Then what is efficiency? An efficient process will ensure only the required amount of resource is consumed. An efficient process will ensure only the required amount of resource is consumed to produce an output without compromising the effectiveness. Quality product is required, but just because you want to deliver a quality product, you should not consume excess resources. Consume only what is required. Resource means material, manpower, effort required, machineries, the floor space, time, all of them are resource. You should not over-consume any of the resource. Then only your process is considered efficient. Let me just check whether all of you have clearly understood the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. Imagine you are going to a coffee shop. All of you are going to a coffee shop and you are ordering a coffee. You are ordering a coffee and coffee is served in your table. The taste of the coffee is extremely bad. Now tell me, what is the problem you are experiencing? Are you experiencing a problem due to the effectiveness of the process, or are you experiencing a problem due to the efficiency of the process? Please type your answer in the chat box. Coffee is extremely bad. That means it's an effectiveness issue. They don't know how to prepare a defect-free coffee. They put more sugar, they put more coffee powder, something, they mishandled. Some of the input gone wrong. As a result, your coffee is tasteless or it is tasting bad. Now let me create another scenario. And again, all of you have to answer. You are going to the same restaurant. You have ordered a coffee. Now the coffee taste is fantastic. Taste is fantastic, but they have made you to wait for 45 minutes to serve a coffee. How much time you have to wait? 45 minutes to serve a coffee. You have they have made you to wait. Now tell me, what is this problem about? Is this problem? Yes. Now the answer started coming. Now there is no optimum speed is not there. They are consuming more resources. I do not know what went wrong. The coffee making process is designed so badly that, they take 40 plus minutes just to make one coffee. That means the process is very, poorly efficient. So always you need to take care of two things. One is effectiveness, another one is efficiency. If your processes are highly effective, trust me, your products will be defect free. The process effectiveness can be measured in terms of sigma level. Very simple. Higher the sigma level, higher will be the effectiveness. According to statistics, if the process is operating at a 6 sigma capability, the defect is limited to 3.4 Dpmo. What is Dpmo? Defects per million opportunities. You produced 1 million products, or there are 1 million opportunities. How many opportunities a failure will happen? 3.4, or in simple language we can say either 3 or 4 at the maximum. 1 million opportunities at the maximum. How many opportunities the failure will happen? Just 3 or 4 opportunities. This is called a 6 sigma capability. So 6 sigma means it improves the effectiveness of the process. Process level improvement. Processes gives product. Processes gives services. Processes gives results to your company. So take care of the process. Eventually you will take care of the business results. On the other hand, process efficiency. The process efficiency means all the inefficient way of doing a work are called wasteful activities. All the inefficient way of doing a work are called wasteful activity because it leads to overconsumption of the resources. If your people are working in a way that resources are consumed in excess, do you think the business owners will be happy? No. So they will consider your work as wasteful activity, right? So any form of inefficiency is termed as waste. If a better way of doing a work exists, you don't adapt to it, then what you are currently doing is a wasteful activity. Honestly, tell me how many of us are, how many companies are ready to accept this statement? So they require a proper training. We need to open their eyes. Then only they will be able to visualize all this failure. Otherwise, if you go to any company, talk to any professional, they will say what they are doing is the correct thing. No, every day, the world is changing fast. We should also adapt to it. So there are better ways of doing a work. So we must continuously improve our work. So lean is all about eliminating the waste. 6 sigma is all about eliminating the defect. Ultimately, both are important to any business. Effectiveness can never be compromised because nobody will buy a product with a defect. Nobody will buy a product with a defect, and no organization can survive without profit. Nobody will buy a product with a defect, and no organization can survive without profit. If you want profit, you should be not only effective, you should also be efficient. Effective means, your product is good, but cost of manufacturing is high. So customer will be happy, but what will be the business? Your business will not be happy. If you want your customer also happy, business also happy, you should not only be effective, but also be efficient. This is the main reason, big reason why we must integrate Lean and 6 Sigma together. Lean was very famous for about from Toyota production system 1950 to 1960 or 70. Near about 20 to 30 years, Lean was very famous. Then 1980 to 2000, 6 Sigma was very famous. After 2000, both have become very famous. Understanding the potential both has got. And 2000 onwards, all the implementation were integrated implementation as Lean 6 Sigma. Even books started coming, in the title name of Lean 6 Sigma. All right. So process improvement is the key to quality, is the key to business results. All the business results come from the process. Let us understand this. Imagine you have grown an orange tree. What the orange tree will give you? Orange tree will give you orange fruits. But your organization, your boss, expect you to produce apple. Tell me, will you be able to produce apple from the same orange tree? You have grown an orange tree, and orange tree is, giving you orange fruits. But now suddenly the requirement is apple. Tell me, will you be able to produce apple from the orange tree? Definitely no. If you want to change the fruits, you must change the roots. Similarly, every organization, they want better results every single day. Hope all of you agree with me on the statement. Every organization wants better result every single day. And better, if you want better result, then you must improve the process. Without improving the process, you can't change the results. Same process can only give same result. You want better result, then you need a better process. This is what is called as process improvement approach. This is what Six Sigma, calls it as Y equal to F of X, where Y is the result we want to improve. X are the, inputs. X are the factors that are responsible for your result. You want to maximize your profit, then your quality should be very high. Then the manufacturing cost should be low. Now the cost and quality are X factors, and your profit is the Y factors. So Y depends on X. Y depends on X. For the coffee example, the taste of the coffee is the Y variable. The ingredients, the input, the coffee powder, the milk, the sugar, the temperature, the stirring time, these are all the input factors. You want tastier coffee, then you should know how to handle the ingredients properly. Y is the result we want to improve. Y is the problem we want to solve. Y is mathematically called dependent variable. On the other side, X are the input, X are the causes, X are the factors. Mathematically, X are called independent variable, meaning that you can change them directly. X can be changed directly, but Y cannot be changed directly. But Y can be changed indirectly by changing the X. You want to make your coffee sweeter. What should you do? You should work on the sugar. Put more sugar, your coffee sweetness will improve. If I put more coffee powder, what will happen to the strongness of the coffee? Coffee will become more stronger. This is called the Six Sigma way of problem solving. This is what you will be learning in the Six Sigma certification courses. There are different courses we have: white belt, yellow belt, green belt, black belt, and master black belt. And we have a green belt and black belt program commencing this Saturday, and for which the links have been already posted in the chat box. If you are looking for a world-class learning experience, right? If you really wanted to learn the Six Sigma methodology, the tools and techniques, similarly the lean principles and philosophies from the right place with the right mentor, then the links are for you, right? And again, that has a lot of other benefits if you are joining today, which I will be, explaining you towards the end of the webinar. So let us understand the quality progress timeline, how all these things evolved from the companies. Nowadays, if you go to any company, every company talks about automation, talks about digitization. If you want to automate, please tell me which process is ready for automation. A process which is failure free, a process which is defect free, a process which is waste free, a process which is risk free. Only when the processes are defect free, waste free, and risk free, they are ready for automation and digitization. Imagine automating a process in which the defect rate is too high, in which the wastages are too high, in which the risk is too high. You still automate. Do you think the automation is meaningful? Definitely no. That means Industry 4.0 has no meaning if you do not have a defect-free, waste-free, and risk-free process. Ensuring a defect-free output, waste-free output, and risk-free output is nothing but quality management. Quality management has got three aspects: quality assurance, quality control, and quality planning. Quality assurance, quality control, quality planning. Quality control means checking your current level. Checking your current level. Your current rejection rate is 10%. This is quality control. My defect rate should be less than 1%. This is quality planning. Tell me which situation is good for your organization. Quality control is good or quality planning is good? Quality control means you come to know that the defect rate is 10%. But quality planning means you are planning to ensure the defect rate is always less than 1%. Quality planning. That means Lean and Six Sigma are quality planning approaches. Particularly Six Sigma. Six Sigma will allow you to estimate the defect rate. By controlling your process capability, you can estimate what is going to happen, what could be the defect percentage. You upfront, you will be able to tell. So this is what the Toyota and the Motorola, they used a data-driven approach. They used some statistics and they predicted very precisely how much is going to be the failure. They beautifully handled the quality planning task, and both of them succeeded. Like Toyota also succeeded. They got breakthrough result. They were able to give a very, very tough competition to the American industries. Even after being hit by the World War II, the Japanese, they came up very well just by respecting the philosophy of Toyota production system. And how the philosophies were created, we are going to see in the upcoming slide. And so the same philosophies and principles, if you also follow, you will also achieve breakthrough results. Even as an individual, you will achieve breakthrough result. If everyone in your organization follows it, your organization will also achieve breakthrough result. And believing on quality planning is called Industry 3.0. Believing on quality planning is called Industry 3.0. Then what is Industry 2.0? Believing on quality control. What is quality control? You are containing the problem. Problem containment. Problem containment is different. Problem prevention is different. Problem prevention is quality planning. Problem containment is quality control. You are producing defective items, and so there are people who will check who will detect all the defective item and then eliminate it. Can you do something to ensure only acceptable items are produced? No need of inspection at all, right? And that is quality planning, and Lean and Six Sigma are quality planning approaches, which can take your organization to excellence, right at the first time. And then what is Industry 1.0? Industry 1.0 is all about standardization. All about standardization. You have work procedure, work statement, SOPs, right? And all these things are called standardization. Industry 1.0. Typically, any organization will go through these maturity level. 1.0 first, then 2.0, then 3.0, then only 4.0. Now you can understand where is your organization in the quality timeline. Are you into standardization? Are you into quality control? Are you into quality planning? Are you into automation and digitization, which is Industry 4.0? If you really wanted to land into Industry 4.0, it is very important that you quickly progress through 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. And in my opinion, if you are able to understand the importance of Lean and Six Sigma principles, you can directly jump to 3.0, and so very quickly you can be ready for 4.0. If you want to reap the benefits of Industry 4.0, then you must educate your people and improvise your systems and processes. If your systems and processes are defect-free, waste-free, and failure-free, trust me, your organization is ready for 4.0. Your organization is ready for the scale-up. You can simply make your products available worldwide in the global market, and you will thrive on all the results, business results. So this is what is 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and 4.0. Now, understanding about Lean. You are seeing the first person on the right side, Eiji Toyoto. Actually, Sakichi Toyoto is the founder of Toyoto Loom Works. Somewhere in 1920, he converted the loom work into automotive because he realized, there is a huge scope for the automotive industry. So he converted the loom work into automotive industry. Then in 1950, his nephew, Eiji, he visited America, particularly the Ford company, and he was impressed with the mass production system and the best practices that are followed in Ford. He benchmarked, in fact, he actually benchmarked and the practices, and he came back to Ford and he collaborated with the two more quality gurus. You are seeing them on the right side. And below Eiji Toyoto is Taichi Ono, and below him is Shigeo Shingo. And all the three, they collaborated and then they developed a unique system to help Toyota improve their quality, productivity, and then cost and other things. They named it as Toyota Production System. They named it as Toyota Production System, and the underlying principle behind Toyota Production System is two things. Point number one, right sizing the resource. What is right sizing? Give only what is required. Imagine you are giving your child only what is required at the particular age. We are not actually nowadays, doing all those things, isn't it? They are now used to everything. So if you give only the required amount of resources, obviously, they have to do well. 1 hour time means 1 hour is the time. That's all. They never give one extra 10 minutes or extra 20 minutes. So within 1 hour, you have to perform. And similarly, whether it is raw material, whether it is time or it is effort, and everything is well defined, and that is called right sizing the resource. And the tool that supports the right sizing the resource is just in time. Similarly, the other one, self-monitoring. For everything, there is a monitoring. For example, having a KPI is a monitoring mechanism. Suppose, how do you perform on a weekly basis, monthly basis, daily basis? If I have a KPI in my table, you just cannot escape from me, isn't it? So similarly, every resource, be it your operator, or be it a machinery, or be it anything, any form of resource, the resources must have a self-monitoring mechanism. It can be a KPI, or it can be a light, or it can be any form of signal. Say, for example, all of you are now attending the training program. Imagine all of you attending the training program by keeping your video in the on condition. If you keep your video in the on condition, tell me, will you be able to escape from listening to me? You cannot focus something else on the other side. That's the power of self-monitoring. Can you establish these two conditions in your workplace? All good. The result is, you will see you are able to produce faster. At the same time, your cost, the manufacturing cost is going down, your quality is going up, and at the same time, you will be able to produce, in different variety. And all these kind of, outcomes are the Toyota is able to achieve, and it actually garnered the attention of the quality gurus across the globe, and so they studied Toyota production system, because they want their secrets to be available to other companies. So it is fundamentally the Toyota production system, which is renamed as Lean by the management gurus, right? So Lean is nothing but the renaming of the Toyota production system. And these are the 4 important principles at the Toyota production system. First principle, philosophy is the foundation, and the philosophy is creating value in people's life. I'm not just doing business. By producing a product, by offering the service, I am adding value in people's life. Anything I'm doing, I'll make sure it adds value. If something I'm doing is not adding value, I will stop doing it, right? That is the first philosophy. Number 2, the right process will produce right result, the Y equal to F of X. Number 3, develop the people and partners. People are nothing but your employees, your vendors, your suppliers. Develop all of them, because their quality comes to your product. So develop all of them, make them effective. In turn, your organization will become effective. And principle number 4, systematic problem solving. I already told you, systematic problem solving means not looking at the symptoms, but attacking the root causes, right? These are the 4 important principles at Toyota Production System. And this is called the House of TPS. Look here, the left side, right sizing the resource just in time. The right side, Jidoka, self-monitoring. And how do they monitor? There are certain tools like OK, built-in quality, man-machine, separation of man and machine. And left side, just in time is ensured using tools like continuous flow, full system, takt time, cycle time, lead time, quick changeover. Ultimately, they made sure resources are optimally utilized. And then there is a visualization, there is a monitoring for everything. And look at the foundation. Kaizen. Kaizen is small improvement. Small, continuous improvement. And stable and standardized process. Nothing but your Industry 1.0. Stability and standardization. And this side is called Heijunka. Heijunka means leveling. Heijunka means leveling. So leveling means anything. Suppose let's say you have 10 machines and the demand for a product is 10,000. Now according to Heijunka principle, you must run all 10 machines, produce 1,000 from each. Your customer will get the product faster. And your resources are now available for the next order. So that is called Heijunka. If you don't divide the load equally, some of your resources will get overloaded. Some of your resources will get underloaded. Never underload a resource and never overload a resource. Underloading a resource will lead to wastages. Overloading a resource will lead to increasing the risk. Unevenly loading the resource is called variation. So all the 3 are enemies. These 3 are called 3 M's. These 3 are called 3 M's. The wastage, the other one is uneven loading, the third one is overloading. These are called Muda, Mura, and Muri, the Japanese language. They also call it 3M. So all these things we will be discussing in detail, inside the advanced training program. We call it green and black belt. So lean is all about identifying and eliminating the waste. If you identify and eliminate the waste, automatically your performance will improve. See, imagine you driving a car in a traffic environment. Now think about your driving comfort, think about the car performance. Both of them will be at its worst. And compare it against driving a car in a clear highway. Now driving comfort at its best. Car performance at its best, which means you eliminated a lot of unnecessary activities which you faced here. Same is the situation in your business process. If you remove the unnecessary activities, we call it the wasteful activities. All the activities that slow down your process, you must remove. All the activity that can slow down your process, if you remove, your process will become very simple. So in my opinion, lean is nothing but process simplification, where we have only value adding activities. All the non-value adding activities we will eliminate. We will either eliminate or reduce, right? This is nothing but lean. So in order to speed up the process, please note, though I use the word speed, you should never compromise the effectiveness. Speed, you should be able to increase the speed without compromising on the quality. And for that, there are so many tools: 7 waste, 5S and Kaizen, SMED, which means single minute exchange of dice, Kanban, which means again, a pull system, and VSM, value stream mapping, TPM, total productive maintenance, and 3M, Muda, Mura, and Muri. Muda means waste, Mura means unevenness, Muri means overburdening. All right, so this is how the lean evolved from the company called Toyota Production System. So what are the 4 guiding principles at Toyota Production System? We saw first one, create value for people. Your business should create value for people. Don't charge people for your inefficiency. Charge your people only for the value you are adding in their life. Don't charge any customer for your inefficiency. That is the first principle. Second principle, right process will produce right result. Third principle, add value by developing the people and partners. Even the raw material supplier, child part supplier, all of them are responsible for the end result. You must you must also take care of them and continuously solve problem and drive organization learning. Every problem solving is learning, and that learning should be fed back into the process. The two pillars we saw in the Toyota production system. The left side is JIT and the right side is Jidoka. Jidoka means self-monitoring. Now, all of you please try answering this question. Excessive movement of people. What is it called? Excessive movement of people. Is it called transportation waste, or is it called motion waste, or is it called over processing? Sorry, I have not talked about the 7 waste, which we will be doing it later, but let us try this question. Very good, fantastic. All of you know. So there is actually a difference between motion and transportation, right? Transportation is movement between places. Motion means movement within a place. Longer setup time. Please tell me whether the longer setup time is a cost of good quality or a cost of poor quality. What is your option? I wait for your answer. Cost of poor quality or cost of good quality? Fantastic. It is cost of poor quality. Hope all of you are comfortable with all the slides and all the points I spoke so far. Now let us move on to the rise of Motorola. How Motorola have become, have achieved breakthrough result. So we all know Motorola is an electronic gadget manufacturing company, and in 1980s they also had a unit which was manufacturing televisions in the brand name called Qser. And there were a lot of warranty claims. Warranty claims you all might be knowing. Customer, after buying the product, they return the product and then ask for a replacement or ask for a the claim. So there were a huge number of claims, and Motorola was not able to actually take care of the situation. They decided to sell the brand, and a Japanese firm called Matsushita Electric, they took over the brand. They were following the lean and Kaizen philosophy. So they were able to make the same brand, which was doing extremely bad in the hands of Motorola. They made the Qser very popular again. Seeing the success of Qser in the hands of the Japanese firm, the CEO of Motorola, you are seeing him in the picture, right, in the slide. He is called Robert Bob Galvin. He understood one thing. The problem is not just with the product, but also not just with the quality of the product, but also with our approach towards quality. We are some way we are wrong in improving the quality. That is the reason why what we are not able to improve, the Japanese, they were able to improve. So he challenged his executives. He called all his company executives, like how all of us are discussing here in the meeting. And this is Bill Smith, who is an engineer by profession. This is Dr. Michael Harry. He is a statistician by profession. And he told his people that the company should grow at least 10 times in the next 5 years. And the responsibility was given to them. And they both accepted the responsibility. And they developed a systematic approach and data-driven approach. They developed a statistical metric-based system, which was developed based on a statistical concept called normal distribution. The term may be a little new for all of you, but Bill Smith, who is an engineer, Michael Harry, who is a statistician, this combination of engineering and statistical brain really changed the situation for Motorola. From suffering to breakthrough results, becoming really producing 10 times results within just 3 to 4 years. They have achieved by combining the engineering brain and the statistical brain. And the secret is understanding a simple concept called normal distribution. Normal distribution means a bell-shaped distribution. So what is this bell? What is this normal distribution? We all have studied. We all have studied in the school itself. But we have failed to use it. Without knowing, without learning the normal distribution, we really cannot understand what is happening in this world. Because every process in this world follows the normal distribution only. So if you want to understand how, let's say, your what do you call the share market, how the share market is fluctuating, you wanted to understand, yes, the secret is with the normal distribution. How your business sales is going up and down, you want to understand, the secret is with this particular distribution. So understanding statistical distribution is an important subject. This is what Motorola did perfectly, and as a result, they have made a saving of $16 billion in the first decade itself. All the savings are achieved through Six Sigma projects, nothing but improvement projects. And the $16 billion is not only from manufacturing. They deployed Six Sigma in all their department. Accounts department also participated. Purchase department also participated. Stores also participated. The logistics, supply chain, be it value chain or supply chain, all the departments have participated, and the net saving is $16 billion. The company also received Malcolm Baldrige National Award. And in order to fix the failure, Will Smith and Michael Harry, they developed a 4-phase methodology: measure, analyze, improve, and control. 4-phase methodology. Later, the 4-phase methodology was converted into 5-phase methodology. Actually, that conversion happened at the General Electric. General Electric is another big follower of Six Sigma. And see here. So what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is a management philosophy to meet business objective by reducing variation, uneven loading, unevenness, variation, the Mura. The Mura is otherwise called variation, statistically variation. The term variation is statistical term. You must learn little statistics, because without number you can't understand what is happening. Numbers are absolutely important in any situation. How your child is studying, how do you know? You must look at his attendance. You must look at his marks, isn't it? And numbers are absolutely essential. Then only you will be able to understand whether you are progressing towards the goal or not. Those numbers are called KPIs and metrics. Those numbers are called key performance indicators and metrics. Every KPI is a metric, but not every metric is a KPI. So we need to discuss and then properly understand. So Six Sigma is a disciplined data-driven methodology for decision making and process improvement. To improve the process, we need to decrease the variation. See here, I am showing you 2 processes. The first process, the bell shape. The second process also bell shape. The first bell is wider. The second bell is narrower. Now, customer always have limit, isn't it? Specification limit. Let me draw specification limit. Upper spec here, lower spec here. Since the curve is wider, portion of the curve is going beyond the spec. If the portion of the curve is going beyond the spec, that portion of the output will get rejected at the customer side. These are called defects. And why defects happen? Your process is wider. Now this process is narrower. Now draw the same specification, upper spec and lower spec. You can see the entire process inside the spec. That means everything that is going to come out of your process will be accepted by the customer, because nothing is going beyond the spec. How am I knowing? Just by visualizing the graph with respect to the specification. This is how Six Sigma helps you to predict what is going to happen in the future. I want to produce 10,000 unit. I have produced only 100 unit. With 100 unit, I will tell you exactly how many pieces will get rejected by the customer at the customer site. How? By using the knowledge of normal distribution. So Six Sigma is a statistical approach. When variation is too high, look here, variation is high. When variation is high, failures will be more. When variation is less, failures will be less. This approach is called Six Sigma, and this thinking is called statistical thinking. So this is called the Six Sigma way of problem solving. Any problem can be converted into a statistical problem by measuring the variation. Variation can be measured in terms of standard deviation, which is known as sigma. When sigma is higher, failures will be higher. When sigma is lower, failures will be lower. That is called Six Sigma way of problem solving. So Six Sigma is nothing but a metric. Once your process capability is now close to 6 sigma, be rest assured the defects will be limited to 3.4 Dpmo, which means the success rate is close to 100%, 99.99966%. Six Sigma is also a methodology. In Motorola, they developed 4-phase methodology: measure, analyze, improve, control. And then later in General Electric, 4-phase was converted to 5-phase. They added a D in front of MAC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, control. This is what you are going to learn from me in the Green Belt and Black Belt program, which we are commencing next Saturday. So Six Sigma is a methodology. Six Sigma is a way of management. Companies like Amazon, TCS, Caterpillar, Google, many big companies. All of them, they have a Six Sigma program inside. They pay higher salary for the Six Sigma belt holders. You know how much percentage higher salary is paid? Minimum 30% higher salary is paid if you are a Six Sigma belt holder. If you really wanted to grab such opportunities, you wanted to give yourself the advantage of getting paid higher and then getting promoted sooner and then leading a big team and big organization, then you must consider equipping you at the right time. There is no, as I already mentioned, there is no logic of retiring as a CEO. No. Now itself you can actually aim for a leadership role, and for that the essential thing is the Six Sigma certification. So in company, Six Sigma is also a way of management. Whatever I spoke, all of them are 100%, 100% applicable in our day-to-day life also. This is a philosophy. If you understand properly, you implement everything. Make sure you in your house also resources are never over consumed. Everything is monitored properly. Like you drawing the floor marking, that is a kind of visualization. That's a kind of monitoring. So Six Sigma is a metric, it's a methodology, it's a way of management, and it is a philosophy. And it has 5 stages: define, measure, analyze, improve, control. What is define? You should be able to express the problem in terms of numbers. Trust me, if you are not able to express any problem in the form of number, it simply means you have not understood the problem. If you have not understood the problem, tell me how can you solve it? The first step. That's why General Electric brought define in front of measure. So once you express the problem in the form of number, which is your Y variable, now you proceed with the measure. And now during the measure, the challenge is measurement error. Always data comes with error. 2 types of error. One is measurement error, another one is sampling error. Measurement error should be less than 10%, sampling error should be less than 5%. General industry standard. But how are you going to measure the measurement error? Right? We will teach you in the measure phase. That's why you are called a green belt, you are called a black belt. And now you measured, you collected the data, now you understood the baseline performance. And now you have a baseline, you also have the target. Target is fixed in the defined, baseline is now measured, now the gap in performance is understood. Why there is a gap? That is called analysis. Root cause analysis. Identification of root cause is easier. Validation of root cause is difficult. Most of the other method, they provide you only subjective analysis tools, the qualitative analysis tools, which are nothing but brainstorming, which are nothing but YY analysis, which are nothing but the fishbone analysis or cause and effect analysis. What is required is for validation, you must move from qualitative analysis to quantitative analysis, which is called as hypothesis testing in statistics. You will be learning it, right? And these are very easier. And moreover, you are going to learn the Excel and then Minitab, using which you will start loving statistics, and you will start you will find easier to generate graphs, generate statistical report, and then you will be able to convince anyone very easily by learning the root cause validation procedure. And then improve. Once the root cause is validated, improve is nothing but solution generation. Please note, always solution will be on the right side of the equation. What is there on the right side of the equation? Y equal to f of x, the x variable. Optimizing the x is nothing but the solution. When I optimize the X, my Y will get optimized. Y is the strongness in the coffee. Strongness in the coffee depends on the amount of coffee powder, which is an X variable. I fix the amount of coffee powder, my coffee will be, perfectly stronger. This is how we should approach problem. This is how we solve problem. Suppose if your product is a concrete block, the compressive strength of the concrete block is a Y variable. The amount of cement, the amount of sand, amount of reinforcement, the composition, all of them are X variable. By optimizing the X variable, you can get the desired compressive strength for your concrete block. This is how we are going to use the knowledge, statistical knowledge, to solve problem. And this knowledge is important, particularly when the problem is complex in nature. When the problem is very simple, the lighter approaches are okay. But whether the problem is lighter or complex in nature, this methodology will always allow you to solve. And once the solution is optimized, now the idea is to control. Now I will keep an additional eye on the X variable. This is like doctor giving advice to the patient at the time of discharge. Like he will tell what to eat and what not to eat, and the lifestyle and everything the doctor is giving. That is called control plan. Same way, you will also advise the process team to keep an additional eye on certain X factor. So what happened? The Y variable will never become problematic to you. This is what you will be learning from us in the green belt and the black belt training program, which is the Dmac methodology. And there will be live activities, there will be project case studies, there will be assignments, there will be highly interactive sessions, and you will definitely feel the world-class experience and when you are actually learning from us. And we are also going to train you in a step-by-step approach. Every phase I have carefully divided into 3 simple steps. Starting from problem identification, how to identify problem, how to visualize problem. Tools like voice of customer, voice of business, cost of poor quality, and CTQ tree. All these tools will allow you to see the problems, visualize the problem, which was not visible to others will become very obvious to you. So for 3 steps for the define phase, and the deliverable is project charter. Your project is approved. And 3 steps from the measure phase, now the deliverable is baseline performance. And 3 steps in the analyze phase, now the deliverable is validated root cause. And 3 steps in the improve phase, now the deliverable is implemented solution. 3 steps in the control phase, now the deliverable is documented solution and a control plan. So your learning with me is going to be a walk in the park, a step by step. We will teach you everything, from the basic, like how you were able to follow me today. Same will be the experience in the green belt and the black belt training program commencing next Saturday. So what is the step? What is the expected deliverable from the step? What kind of tools and techniques you can use for each step? Everything will be taught to you in a step-by-step approach in a crystal clear manner. I have also mapped the tools to certain extent. Important tools that will be helpful in the define phase, measure phase, analyze phase, improve phase, and control phase. By mastering all these tools, you can be a savior to you in your company. You will be seen as an important asset in your company. Any problem, yes, you will be the problem solver and you will be the change agent. And that's called, the Six Sigma belt holder. So the first level is called white belt, which all of you, I believe, if all of you are able to understand what kind of difference the Lean and Six Sigma can make in your career, then you have become a white belt. If you accept that, yes, training people on these kind of principles and tools and techniques will be helpful to your organization, then you are a white belt. If you are still hesitant, then you have a long way to become a white belt, right? So white belt is basic understanding to appreciate the efforts put in by the quality improvement team. But the level is not enough to participate in the project. You need to graduate to the next level, which we call it as yellow belt, which means you can now participate in the project, but your role is assisting the green belt. You should be guided by green belt. And that is why we suggest each one of you to go for the green belt level straight away, right? And which means the kind of body of knowledge required to become a yellow belt is already in the green belt, and using which you can effectively participate in the improvement project, and you can even lead project. Yellow belt is, you can compare yellow belt, with the nurses in the hospital. But green belts are nothing but the doctors. Nurses can also treat patient, but under the guidance of the doctor, right? Same way, green belts have no, yellow belts have to be guided by the green belt. However, green belts are effective team members and also they can be project leaders. And black belts, they are like, specialists, super specialists. Like problem is very complex. And generally a black belt is expected to do 6 to 8 improvement project in a year. However, for a green belt, the target is just 2 per year. And now it is 6 to 8. And black belts will handle complex projects. I already spoke about master black belt. They are the one who will develop the KPIs and metrics to ensure the company moves in the strategic direction. It is the master black belt who will develop black belts and green belts, for the company and involve them in the project and mentor them. And there are 2 more roles like champions and sponsors. These are top management roles. And sponsor is the one who actually approves the project. Champion is the one who will provide the resources and help the team make the progress according to the approval of the approval provided by the sponsor, right? So this kind of infrastructure is absolutely essential to ensure the entire organization is aligned towards a strategic goal, right? Strategic drive. All right. So you remember when we talked about the history of Six Sigma and history of Lean, Six Sigma evolved from Motorola, and the main people behind Six Sigma is Bill Smith and Michael Harry. We call Bill Smith as the father of Six Sigma. Similarly, for Toyota production system, it came from the company called Toyota, and today we call Taiichi Ohno as the father of Lean, right? All right. So now, of course, the Bill Smith is the father of Six Sigma, and the Six Sigma methodology has dash number of phases. Can you please type in the chat box how many phases Six Sigma methodology has today? I also give you option. Is it 3, 4, 5, or 15? Very good. Fantastic, Ravi. It is 5 phases. An yellow belt can lead Six Sigma project. Is this statement true or false? Please type your answers. An yellow belt can lead Six Sigma project. Is this answer true or false? Excellent, Ravi again. Right? It is false. A green belt can lead Six Sigma project. Is this statement true or false? True. Very good. True. Green belt can lead project, right? Generally, green belt will do maximum 2 projects in a year. Focus of Lean is to reduce the waste, reduce the defect, reduce the variation. What is your choice? What is the focus of Lean? Fantastic. Focus of Lean is waste. What is the focus of Six Sigma? Reduce the defect, reduce the waste, reduce the inventory. What is the focus? Very good. Fantastic. So all of you are perfectly following. See here, if you want to grow your company and scale up your company and make it a global one, you like it or not, there will processes are required for your company. You like it or not, process will have Sigma level. Look here, when initial stages, when your process Sigma levels are low, the defects will be running in terms of lakhs, and this is your market share. Look here, these are compared to the fruits that are lying on the floor. When you keep improving the Sigma level, look at your market share. Once you come to 4 to 5, you are one of the big player in the market. If your Sigma levels are very high, you could even grab the cream of the market, and you can even be the trendsetter and price decider also. Some of you said, the price is decided by you. If you really want to decide the price for your product, then you should able to come to this level, which is possible only with highly capable processes. How can you convert a normal process into highly capable process? You must equip your team member on 2 approaches. One is Dmac, another one is Dmac V. And Dmac is very, very popular, and this is required in the initial stage. Once all your processes become highly capable, then you require the Dmac V also, because Dmac V is used for new product development. Dmac is used for facelifting the existing product. Most of us generally have the quality problems with the product, so we require Dmac. But if we are into product development, then we use Dmac V. So increase in Sigma level requires exponential defect reduction. So these are the points we learned. I think all of you have crystal clear. You have answered all my questions. So do you all now realize how amazing it is to become a Six Sigma professional? Not like the Six Sigma bells who are coming from the normal sources. You are going to be a distinctly better Six Sigma expert in the entire market. You will be straight away, just by qualifying as a green belt or a black belt from us, you are going to be on the top 10% of the Six Sigma experts in the market, right? And hope you now realize how good it is to become a Six Sigma green belt or a black belt. And if you really wanted to grab the top level managerial roles and climb up the corporate ladder within your company, or you want to move to a better company, let's say you might have a dream company in your mind, right? And definitely your dream will come true if you equip you properly, and the what you are investing is definitely going to come back. And most of the time we mistakenly understand that money is the investment. No, money is never an investment. Your time and effort is the real investment, if you ask me. If you respect your time and also respect the right effort, then you must learn from the right source and learn from a right mentor, and don't just run behind the crazy certifications. There are platforms, websites where you can pay and then buy, pay and then get, and then simply get a certificate, and that is not going to be the business here. And we will make sure you truly undergo the transformation, and you will be one of the highly successful Six Sigma expert wanted by all the premium companies. And every single day, even today, there are more than 3,000 jobs posted today alone for the green belts and black belts. Just Google for the Six Sigma jobs currently, available in LinkedIn, in Google or Naukri or any website, right? And you will realize, how much demanding the Six Sigma experts are. If you really wanted to give yourself the unfair advantage of making a good salary package for you, and then you must consider joining our upcoming Six Sigma certification program, which is commencing next Saturday, right? And these are the dates: 13, 14, 20, 21, 27, 28. Our program is designed to suit all your schedule. The program is designed in a hybrid model. The program is designed in a hybrid model.